I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Of all the souls that I've met on my journey, hers was the most human.
Yes, Star Trek.
Yeah.
Nice, nice.
Where's my goddamn electric car, Bruce? Yo, I enjoyed this episode so much. And of course, this episode, I mean, we are talking DC's Harley Quinn Season 1, Episode 13, the finale, the final joke.
Yes.
Yeah, we got a lot of Joker on this one.
We did.
Yeah.
Your favorite.
He was
That's why it's your favorite.
most Joker-ish.
I love me some Joker.
He was
That
in
is
high
for
form
sure.
this episode.
I am a Joker fan through and through. We are talking all that good stuff, and of course I mean the three. We have all the way to the left, Tatiana, Poison Ivy's in the building.
Okay.
To her right, yet my left, Harley Quinn,
Chauncey K. Robinson.
doppelganger.
Whatever.
No, you're way Queen of Fables to me.
I'm
You're
not Queen of Fables. I've got limits.
You are.
I've got limits. I mean, I'm not Harley
Way to
either.
stand your ground.
Yeah,
Way
to make it happen. Of course, I'm
Good.
Teron. I will be paneling and hosting as we talk DC's Harley Quinn Season 1, Episode 13, The Final Joke, breaking it down as thus. What do you get? The guy that has everything. Batman. That's what you get him. Harley and Batman work together. Ooh. A Joker runs the town. Harley gets rid of Joker. Ivy's back. All's well that ends well. And of course, how Harley are you? Our special segment where we discuss what part of this episode made you think of you. And if you don't know the do, that's our man Ryan in the back.
What's up, y'all?
Hey,
I'm so excited for the finale.
There's a lot of conversating that we didn't ask for, Ryan. Thank you.
So
You just hit the music. You played the music.
Which
There we
is
go.
so needed.
great.
Thank you.
So-
Ryan.
So Joker runs the town. Joker is now the king. And here's something. I didn't expect it to be like a week later, a month later,
Yeah,
or whatever.
neither.
Like nothing happened. You thought when Batman showed up,
Yeah.
something's gonna. But they went right into. Didn't work. What were your overall thoughts on this week's episode?
I love that they played out Joker ruling everything because that's ultimately what he wants. He wants Batman. He wants to rule everything and like create anarchy. And I love that we get to see it all for longer than a day.
Chauncey.
Yeah, no, I really enjoyed this episode. I think it kept in the same vein as being so intense. I mean, there was a lot of things that were done that I was like, are they really going that far with it in terms of character deaths and things like that?
Like Scarecrow.
Yeah, he straight up killed
That's a
Scarecrow.
main
I was
guy.
Like, I stopped. I was like, can he do that? Like, are we? Like,
Is he allowed to just
But
kill?
he said that wasn't even fun for him. Like,
Yeah,
he
he's
just
like,
lost
Yeah,
all-
but
He
I'm
was
like,
like,
can
it
you kill
wasn't that
Scarecrow
great.
like that? Like, that's weird. Because we didn't see the other ones die. We didn't see anything happen to Bane. We just know that the building blew up of Legion of Doom. But
And we didn't actually see them come back, which I
Yeah.
thought maybe
I
we
think
would
they're
get the whole crew.
hiding.
maybe hiding.
And he's
But he
not even
killed
having fun as
Scarecrow.
he's like, just tasing Batman. Like,
Yeah.
He's
But it's what happens when someone who that's all he was living for, he finally gets what he wants, the journey's over. It's like, he's a psycho. What else do you do? What's the next gamble?
But he does
now?
want Harley alive. That says a lot about
does.
Joker. He wants like
Because
Harley
in his
alive.
toxic way, he's in love with her.
He's
Yeah.
in love with her and wants to keep her around. It's interesting. I was a fan. Did you like this episode, Tati?
I loved this episode. I thought it was my favorite, obviously, because it's the finale. But I liked that they started the episode. Well, not when we went into Harley's mind a couple episodes back, and the whole big scene for her was when she jumped into the pit of acid, and now that's how they ended it.
Yeah, they made
With
it
her
that
coming
her
back.
liberation, where she's
Right.
like, well, at least let me do this on my own.
Right.
And then
But
Ivy.
instead of doing it for Joker, which is what she did it for last time, now she's doing it for Ivy. So she's
Yeah.
almost swapping one for the other, I feel like.
Is she swapping out like one?
Well, she's replacing her love of the Joker, I think, for a love of Ivy. It's a different love, but
It's supposed to be a love of self. I thought she was supposed to learn to love herself. Can Harley ever love herself?
I think that's what we saw.
I think that's a
yeah.
continuous journey though,
Yeah.
to love herself. Now that she's finally gotten rid of Joker, and now I think she's going to become completely reliant on Ivy. Not in a toxic way, but in definitely a friendship way. I don't think that Harley can
Function alone?
function alone. Yeah.
Well, some people are like that. Some people need support systems.
I mean, she went how long of her life as Harley Quinn was she with the Joker? Pretty much all of it. So she's been dependent on somebody the entire time. And then when she comes away from the Joker, she's dependent on Ivy. So she's never alone. you know, she's never acting only solely by herself. There's always somebody there to kind of like help guide her or bounce ideas off of. So,
or the others like King Shark and others and stuff. I think, yeah, she's someone who she needs a support system. She needs ideas to bounce off of people.
Well, she's going to bounce them off Batman, first of all. There's a team up where Batman's very reluctant to do so.
Understandably so.
And Harley comes in and they team up and they're now going to take down the Joker. And Harley needs this. And Batman recognizes the lesser of two evils.
Yes.
By far. So they come up with the distraction plan. Of course, Clayface.
He can't help it.
He couldn't help
Playing
himself.
Batman.
Poor Clayface.
Well, I think this is working. Shut up.
It's like a half.
It's like...
He
He
couldn't
could
help
not
it.
avoid singing. Although, if you think about it, their plan wasn't. I was actually surprised Joker was falling for it. 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm like, there's no way he's falling for the fact that Harley Quinn was able to somehow capture Batman, and Batman just was going along.
Yeah,
with
it was
this.
walking in. I mean, there had to be a time where, first of all, not even thinking that it's Clayface, just realizing even if it's Batman, Batman is coming in on his own volition to do something.
Yeah, like after so long of knowing Batman, this Joker and Batman dynamic, although I felt like they needed to get to the point where it's like all hope is lost.
Yeah.
Although as a Batman fangirl, I was a little disappointed that, I mean, I get it's the Harley Quinn show, but it was kind of like, okay, so this whole episode he's just tied up like this.
He
by
was
rope.
tied up. He was tied up.
I'm
by
supposed
rope.
to believe that nobody, like, they got rid of Justice League, but
Yeah.
where's Robin? Where's Nightwing? Where's all the other people that Batman knows?
They're afraid.
That no one showed. This is one of those things. They do that with every DC show, though. Some major stuff goes on in the city, and nobody else seems to know what's happening. Even
No
though it's going
other
on the news.
superheroes like, wait, I can go help really quick.
Yeah, like, let me just go there. Like, somehow they're totally isolated.
Yeah. Yeah. They're definitely they should have had the same camaraderie that at least Harley Quinn has.
Yeah.
The backup team.
Robin was nowhere to be found to break him out. Like, what?
I mean, could Robin actually break him out?
He's tiny enough that he could cut those through the ropes or
Nightwing,
something.
someone.
Nightwing.
There's-
Nightwing
there-
could-
there
Where was
are-
Batgirl?
You know, sometimes when I watch these DC shows, or especially this happens to me when I'm watching watching some Marvel stuff, like everyone's a mutant to the point where if you're not a mutant, you have to be upset. Like everyone in these shows, everyone has a superpower, and if you don't have a superpower, if you're not an alien, if you're not a John Jones, if you're not a Bat, if you're not, you're just like, you know what?
Like, everyone's got
bored.
Like everybody though, even Kite Man, you know, like
Yeah.
I can't be Kite Man.
Yeah.
So Harley Quinn decides to ambush Joker with Batman. Doesn't work out.
No.
Batman goes in, gets captured because Clayface's fault a little, right? Just jumping the gun.
Yeah. All Clayface's fault.
But they should have had a
Jumping the
better
gun.
plan. I thought Batman had some other backup plan. They just didn't make they didn't make him as cunning in this series, and that's fine because we have plenty of other series where Batman is very cunning.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
way more brute.
Yeah.
He's more the
Yeah.
strong force.
If
So
he was, I think he would have overpowered.
He would have
the-
fixed it. He would have
Yeah.
won somehow. They needed to make it so Harley won. So I get that for this show. I get that. Although I did, it was so funny when he was revealed to be Bruce Wayne, and like Joker
didn't
was
even
like,
care.
"What? I didn't want to know
I
that."
didn't want to know who he was.
the
That
one
was
thing I
part of the
didn't wanna
intrigue.
know.
I think Joker's so desperate, like so bored.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes.
I think he'll accept anything at this point.
Yeah.
Just
Anything to
something.
happen.
It pissed him off so much. And Batman went immediately into his Bruce Wayne voice once the mask came off.
Yes.
He pulled out the Bruce Wayne arrogant voice, which was very good. So then Joker runs to town, and it's a dystopian future, basically. There's the guards. He owns the police. He owns everything, and no one's got. And then of course he's telling a joke.
There's
It's
the
like
laughter.
the camera people are crying. That's the hardest people to make laugh, right? And just laugh, and then the one guy who doesn't laugh, and they just like
Get shot.
they just
It
blow
was
him away.
brutal.
Obliterate
It
him.
was brutal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was.
That's how it works. But then, of all people, Harley's the one that gets rid of the Joker.
Yeah.
And it's a decision. She's like doing it for Ivy. That tear she drops on that rose. You know, she's like, Ivy always wanted me to get rid of the Joker. Now I'm going to get rid of the Joker.
Yeah, and it took her, and even towards the end when it was time to drop him into that, thing of acid, she didn't hesitate. I thought they would make it so she hesitated a little bit, but I really appreciated the character growth of there was no hesitation of like, yep, no, bye.
Yeah, bye.
You know?
I think that goes to show how much her love for Ivy has grown.
Yeah. I was to say also her love for herself too.
She's become her own person.
She just had a knife fight with this guy.
Yeah.
He was about to, like,
I mean, that's true.
They
erase
had a
her.
knife, but you know what? They did it at the same time. Like, and Joker's like, you never have an original idea. He's
was
like, I
funny.
taught you this, basically. Even then.
But she wouldn't have done. I feel like she wouldn't have killed the Joker if it wasn't for Ivy.
I feel like losing Ivy was something that jolted her into I think finally realizing that Joker wasn't for her, that he would be so brutal to take away someone else she loved so much.
Right.
I don't necessarily think it was for Ivy. I think Ivy helped in helping her, and losing Ivy in that second helped her realize just how toxic Joker was for her.
Joker was like the most abusive, toxic person.
was
When
such
she
a
comes
toxic
back, when
ass.
Harley comes back and is like, put this on, put the old Harley Quinn outfit on.
That's what I
he's
That was funny.
That was actually that was some very, I mean, yeah, it's a cartoon and it's funny, but that was really brutal.
No,
to
it
be
was
like, act like this. It's very triggering.
Yeah.
Extremely triggering.
Yeah, it's just like some controlling, just abusive, horrible stuff. I feel like sometimes these episodes should come with that, you know, like if you know someone, call. Like
This would have been one of
Here's
those
the
episodes.
hotline. For
yeah,
anyone
I
going
really
through an
feel like it
abusive
should go through that.
thing. And then
sometimes.
he keeps blaming her for being in love. He's like, you should have thought of that before you made me fall in love with you. Like, now I have to erase you
He's
completely. Like, what?
gaslighting her.
It's horrible.
It's horrible. I secretly love it, but it's horrible. It's just horrible. It is. It's actually very, very brutal to watch this happen. Harley getting rid of Joker, but I think the highlight was, of course, Ivy coming back.
Oh, yeah,
we all
I love
knew.
that. We knew it was happening, but
She
it was so
cool
great.
coming back. I think it's nice to see the focus of how toxic it is, because for a long time the relationship has been so glorified, you know, and like, oh, I have a love like Harley and Joker, you know, and
Harley Quinn was like a thing.
Yeah, and that's been such a thing. So for this to be the complete flip side, you know, in conjunction with the movie coming out,
Yeah, Birds
you know,
of Prey.
Yeah, so
I'm
I think
excited.
it's nice to see that switch.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
just
Mr. J.
yeah, exactly. Like her having to call him Puddin' and all this other stuff. And just the idea of, because like you said, it gets glorified. People want to dress up as them as for Halloween and act like they're all in love or something. I feel like this whole season culminated into them basically dismantling the romance of this relationship. If anything, they were like, if we're going to get to season 2, we have to dismantle some weird idea of people hoping that maybe Joker reforms and gets back with her. Although it looked like he turned normal at the end, so maybe he might come back
he's
season
still
2 and
gonna
reform.
He'll just look different, but I think he's still gonna have the same mindset.
Because we also know, like with Harley, even before she was dropped into the acid, she was always nuts. So
yeah.
She was a bit interesting.
she was off from the get-go.
Pretty terrible.
Yeah, no, I thought she was great. She reminds me of someone I know, Chauncey. All's well that ends well. Did you think this is a happy ending, or how is this going to play out? Did you think this was a happy ending even?
I mean, ultimately, yeah. I thought it was a happy ending because Poison Ivy's back and their relationship is going to be stronger than ever. And I think that, you know, the crew is back. Like, she gave herself for her crew, and which, you know, I think now everything's going to be hunky-dory between everybody.
Yeah, I think it was a happy ending for Harley Quinn. Like, for being a villain, Gotham being in complete chaos, Joker seemingly dead. It was the happy ending, the only kind of happy ending that you could have for a character like her. Because if it was just like, you know, roses and we walk off into the sunset, you'd be like, that's not Harley Quinn.
Right.
You know, so them watching fire and everything brimming, you know, it was very much what she always wanted. So.
I really hope that Poison Ivy coming back, I hope this somehow makes her closer to nature. I don't know how that'd be possible because she's Poison Ivy, but to give her like her powers like a super boost.
Yeah, because she's already a level 10. I was gonna say level 10 mutant like Marvel, but like, but she's already like level 10.
Yeah.
So I feel like
But her being like reborn from the earth, I feel like in my mind, I feel like that's the only way to go is to up her powers a bit.
No, exactly. I was just glad we got her back. I was glad we didn't have to wait.
Yeah, I mean, it's good we got her back, and we deserve to get her back. You know, it's just
Kite Man sleeping by her grave.
Yeah, sleeping.
He loves her.
He loves her.
He's ride or die.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how happy this ending is, or how long it lasts.
I'm interested. I really am interested to see what Joker looks like.
Well, at least we know we're getting a season 2, and it's
Yes.
supposed to come out November in 2020. So we'll be looking forward to it in November.
That's a quick
Hopefully,
turnaround.
if DC's platform is still up by then, you know that has been concern if not this season is supposed to have been done already, so we're gonna get it regardless on some form. A lot of people are very worried if DC's gonna stick around. That's actually
it'll probably go to HBO Plus.
I mean, either way.
Warner, because they have another thing. It's just a whole place of where they're putting it.
Where they're gonna play it. Let's play How Harley Are You? That's right, Ryan. Tati?
I'm Poison Ivy again in this one. When she came back, if I could wake up like that every day.
You don't wake up like that?
I don't. If I could, just, and just
rise up.
Make things happen. I think in my notes, I just put yes when she came back because that was my favorite moment.
That was a good moment.
Yes.
Chauncey K?
I'm going to pick Joker for this final episode because
stolen. It's stolen.
I'm gonna say I was Joker in the sense of you aim for something, you finally get in, you're like, wow, is this it? And it's like you're trying to find that next level, and just kind of like he had to really do some introspection. It was insane introspection, but he had to figure out, you're putting all your eggs in this one basket and it doesn't follow through. What do you do next? So kind of being bored when you reach that apex and then being like, I have to get to the next level or something else.
Can that be like being never satisfied?
Yeah, but I feel like maybe, if he wasn't insane, maybe he could find some satisfaction.
Right.
But in this regard, he finally got what he wanted.
Well,
and so I'm going to say I am Joker.
Joker is so sane that no one understands, number one. And now that you're going to be Joker, I'm going to be Harley Quinn when she just pushes Joker into the vat of acid, okay?
All right, fine.
Even though I really like when Joker is like, wait, did you hear a splash? I'm falling in so many vats of acid. Usually it's a splash. Yeah, how Harley are you? Well, I guess we're getting a season 2. Birds of Prey is out, so it's not done with Harley Quinn. We're going to get that. If you haven't seen the trailer, you might want to go check it out. It's one of Ryan's favorites. He loves it. Where can people find you if you want to be found? I mean, that's pretty much. I'm sad that the season's done. I wish we had so much more.
Such a ride.
I wish we had so much more to go on. And thank you all for being with us this whole season, commenting below, telling us. We appreciate each and every one of you. Share, subscribe, tell your friends, spread the word. 5 stars on iTunes, all that jazz. Tati, where can people find you if you want to be found?
My name is Tatiana Marisa at Tatiana Marisa on all social media platforms.
And I am Chauncey K. Robinson, and you can find my film and TV reviews on RottenTomatoes.com.
And I am Chauncey K. Robinson, since we're stealing each other's identities. And you can find me on Rotten Tomatoes, too. Until next time, where we talk more Harley Quinn at I Am Tehran all across the board. Tell your friends, spread the word, share the love. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.